Man, I love this retirement strategy. I love it, I love it, I love it. Could I do it, your old buddy Josh? I don't think so, but I love it. All right, so anyway, look at my man here. I saw on LinkedIn. I don't know this guy, but I came across it. Charlie Gipple. He's the nephew of Mr. Ripple. Remember Mr. Ripple? Don't squeeze the Charmin. Don't fondle that like button. Is Stuart out there? Stuart, remember you said, stop telling people to fondle the like button. Stuart got mad at me because I dress in a t-shirt and I tell people to fondle the like button. He says I need to seek help. So make sure you don't fondle that like button. It's like, come on. Wow. He said I was like, well, oh, it just cracked me up. I was like, dude, really? You gonna send me an email, man? Okay. I don't know who the guy is, don't care. But anyway, I got a chuckle at that. All right, so an annual statement for my annuity. Look at that horrible growth. Why don't I care? Because I mentioned last year when I bought this, is going to provide my wife and me $44,000 a year in guaranteed income, all right, when we hit 65. So last year he put $200,000 in there. He got a 10% bonus, so it's $220,000 right out the gate. This year he got, October to October, he got $1,300 in interest credit. He also got $6,000 in market value adjustment. I don't understand his bonus recapture thing. I don't know what that means. But then it cost 1% for the lifetime income benefit. So basically he started with $200,000, got a 10% bonus, and now it's worth $218,000. All right. So he says, I'm not worried about that because I'm going to get $44,000 a year when I hit 65. So this guy right here, Charlie, don't squeeze the Charmin Gripple, 46 years old, put $200,000 in. And when he's 65, he'll get $44,000 a year guaranteed income, $44,000. Theoretically, it could be more. I don't know. I mean, I don't know the contract, but theoretically it could. That's why they have these market value adjustments. But we're just going to go with a guaranteed minimum. $44,000 a year on $200,000 income. Now, he figured he's got a 36-year life expectancy for when they hit 65. And so that will provide an income of internal rate of return of 6.24 each and every year. Not too shabby, not too shabby at all. So this is the thing with these annuities that are fantastic is you dump a certain amount of money in, you get a certain amount of income back. That it could grow. I highly suspect it won't, but it could. And you know you can't outlive that. Now the problem, of course, is that $44,000 of income today might seem like a lot, but if you figure a 3.5% inflation, that'll only buy you the equivalent of $22,000 in today's dollars. All right, that's it. So you're saying, hey, at the end of the day, I'm going to put in $200,000 today to get, in real terms, $22,000 a year of income. That's still $22,000 a year, man. It's still $2,000 a month, give or take, for $200,000. That's not a bad strategy. In fact, that's quite a good strategy because you know you're locked in, and then your Social Security on top of that will give you, just for simplicity, between he and his wife, will just say another $3,500. He didn't say this, I'm just throwing it out there. That's $42,000. So the $42,000 in today's dollars plus the $22,000 that he's getting in today's dollars from the annuity, that's $64,000 a year, $5,500 a month as a what? As a guarantee, as a pension, as a cushion that you can't outlive. So then what you do with the other money that you got, this is where it gets interesting, I think. So now you know, you're saying to yourself, hey, wife, can we spend $5,500 a month, each and every month, as our baseline, assuming that, of course, you're like, yeah, and that's in today's dollars, assuming the mortgage is paid off. Notice we're not using the $44,000. We're not using that at all. We're sitting there saying, can we use this as our baseline in future dollars at a 3.5% inflation rate? Again, he's got $64,000. We're going to say for simplicity, $5,500 a month. All right, $5,500 a month coming in every single month in 20 years, guaranteed. And a part of that is with inflation adjustment. So now what does he do? Let's just say he's got $300,000 left. So he had $500,000. $200,000 to the annuities, $200,000 is gone. He's got $300,000 left. He can put that $300,000 in VTI. And for simplicity, we'll say he gets 7% a year. All right, VTI, 7% a year. That's twice the rate of inflation, by the way. So 7% a year, it's going to double every 2 years, every 10 years. So it's going to be $600,000, $1.2 million. What a flipping strategy. $1.2 million. All right, so now $1.2 million. He takes 5% a year off that. And that's, oh man, why did I got to do like that? How much is that? 5% a year is $50,000. Let me get my calculator. I can't remember, dude. That's $60,000 a year. Now, again, we're going to factor that in terms of purchasing power. That's $30,000 a year in purchasing power today. So $30,000 plus, that's $2,500 a month. So $5,500 plus $2,500. If my math is right, that's $8,000 a month. In today's dollars, roughly $100,000 a year. Dude, for $500,000, how you can turn $500,000 to $100,000 a year in inflation-adjusted income without any, I mean, I'm not going to say no risk. I mean, who knows? But minimal risk, relatively speaking, in terms of the annuity isn't going anywhere. It's just, the insurance company can go bankrupt. Okay. Okay. If you want to go down that road, see ya. I'm not going down that road. We don't know what will happen here. This is a 7% expected rate of return. I just use that simply because it's easy for a 10% rule or a rule of 72. Now, why can't I do that? Because I don't want the freaking damn insurance companies taking 40% of my portfolio and doing what not with. I don't trust them. That's a problem for me. Dude, when you're born without a pot to pee in, you got the money, you're like, dude, I trust VTI more than I trust an insurance company. I just do, man. That's why I can't do it. I won't say my son's calling me. Oh. Falcons special team sucks. I've never seen worse special teams or kick returns in my life than I have today. Horrible. Every single punt return, kick return, nuts. Anyway, so this isn't guaranteed, mind you, but that's $100,000 a year on a $500,000 portfolio. You're 20 years out. $100,000 a year in today's spending money. And that's just with that giving you a 7% rate of return. This at $44,000 a year, adjusted for a 3.5% inflation, real inflation knocking down to $22,000. And we're doing the same thing here. $500,000, assuming Social Security is only giving you $3,500 a month. That's without a spousal benefit. Come on, dude. Come on. That's a fantastic thing. But again, for me, I just can't trust the insurance company to give me $200,000. I just don't, for 20 years. It's a long ass time, man. And when you're not used to having money, you don't want to see other companies take your money and do things that you're like, what are you doing with it exactly? Oh, don't you worry, hang in there. I'm like, yeah, I am going to worry. I want that money. So I would rather have my money just all full throttle VTI with some in cash. I would rather do that. I think many of you guys would too. You're just like, it's a lot of money to turn over to an insurance company and just hope and pray. We're not like Obama, hope and change. And then when Obama's done with his term, the only thing we have less is no hope, but we have change. That's it. Change. That's all we got. We're begging for change in the streets like in South Park. Change. Remember that episode with Randy Marsh? The hope and change, the only thing you got after Obama is change. And that means Trump, you freaking Trumpster. Dude, it's all a show. How do people not see this? Yes, I like Trump. Do I think Trump's going to make my life so much better? It's all a show. All right. Love your thoughts. God bless. We'll see you.